What? Smurf is doing a movie review? And just when you thought I couldn't get any more amazing, wham! Movie review. All up in your damn faces, people. Now, was this movie as cheesy as I feared it would be? Let's talk about it. So the movie starts out on New Year's Eve, and all Gabriella wants to do is read, and all Troy wants to do is practice for the big game. Neither one of these two is really in the New Year's Eve spirit. But that's too damn bad, because it's time to party. And honestly, at this point, we're only about 2 minutes into the movie, and I've yet to hear one song. So the movie already exceeded my expectations as far as how often I was expecting to hear songs in this movie. Which is sad, I know, but still, I had very low expectations. So how should we celebrate this achievement? Well, with a song, of course. Duh. Because Troy and Gabriella were randomly chosen to sing at the party together. Because of course they were. And they end up singing the song, The Start of Something New. Which honestly probably was the best song choice for these two here, because it was the start of something new. But let me tell you what this was really the start of. It was the start of me shipping these two beautiful jelly beans together. And the chemistry was on full display at the very start with these two. During this song especially. Listen, say what you want about Troyella, they're bland, they're boring, etc, right? But if you try to tell me that they have no chemistry, you might as well not leave another comment under any of my videos. Because you just lost all credibility as far as I'm concerned. Be gone, child. So after they get done performing one of the best songs in the entire trilogy, yeah, I said it, I actually forgot that this was their first time meeting, because there's no way you would have been able to tell by the way that they look at each other. I mean, okay, let me explain what I mean by that. If you told me to pick the correct answer between the following, right? This is Troyella's first time meeting, or Gabby has 5 kids by Troy and they're happily married, I would have picked the second option. I was seduced by those damn eyes of Gabriella. And I know I wasn't the only one. I was never really a true believer of love at first sight, but I think this is about as close as it gets to that. I mean, these two just being really awkward is still more chemistry than I've had with probably 99% of the girls I've ever met in my life.
I guess I better go find my mom and wish her a Happy New Year.
Yeah, me too. I mean, not your mom, my mom and dad.
Man, I wish I could be that smooth. So it's time for Gabriella to get introduced to her new school. And unfortunately, this is something that she has to do pretty frequently. But this time, her mom promises that she doesn't have to worry about leaving this school until she graduates. Listen, I'm holding you to that promise, mommy. You don't want to see an upset Smurf that has been lied to. Trust me, I will bring out the fangs on that ass in a heartbeat. Better ask about me, bitch. So these two lovebirds reunite after just 1 week after the party. And they're already finishing each other's sentences like the adorable couple that they are. I mean, sure, it's not as impressive as finishing each other's thoughts like me and my girlfriend do, but it's not bad for the less equipped. It's still very cute. Now let's talk about the opposite of cute for a second. Sharpay and all of her annoying, agonizing glory. As Troyella were having their moment with Troy helping her feel welcomed at the new school, here comes Sharpay bouncing up and down on that Troy dick in front of everyone, with no shame whatsoever. And you gotta love it how Gabriella kills Sharpay and her writing skills with class and a smile.
Wow. Nice penmanship.
This is called the art of being a bitch without actually being a bitch. Something that most bitches have extreme difficulty doing. Speaking of which, I hope you're a big Sharpay fan, because her and her constant thirst of Troy is something we're all gonna have to deal with a lot in this movie. Oh joy. Can't wait. So that brings us to our next song, Get Your Head in the Game, which honestly was a decent song, but compared to all my favorites, it really does rank pretty low on my all-time list. So Sharpay is letting Gabriella know that Troy doesn't usually interact with new students. That's funny, Sharpay, because from what I can tell, he doesn't really interact with you either. Or at least, he tries not to, which you would notice if you weren't so fucking dense. Can you go be jealous somewhere else, please? Like, off screen somewhere? So Gabriella is approached about joining the Scholastic Decathlon team, despite the fact that Gabriella was not ready to be a part of any school's teams right now. And this was all thanks to Sharpay, of course. You guys noticing a trend here? I'm gonna be honest, I'm shocked, like, just shocked that Sharpay is apparently a fan favorite. As of the recording of this video, I've seen the first 2 movies, and not only is she not my favorite, she's my least favorite. I do enjoy Ryan though, for whatever that's worth. So I think it's been more than 30 seconds, so here's a scene of Troyella being ridiculously cute for no damn reason.
Correct? If not, we have some dressing rooms that need painting. Now,
If they aren't relationship goals, I don't know who is. So Troy manages to trick everyone, including his best friend Chad, that he's someone that actually really cares about his grades. All so he could get a closer look at this whole high school musical thing. And he gets to witness some of the auditions.
It's hard to believe that I couldn't see that you were always right beside me. I want you to know.
Honey, it's hard to believe that you couldn't see how terrible you sounded singing that. But hey, at least you remembered the lyrics, which is more than I can say for this guy.
It's hard to believe that I couldn't see that you were always right there next to beside me.
Troy, please get in here and save us. Save us all, Troy! Well, if you're not gonna do it, I'm glad someone else is. Because Gabriella finally decides to put her fears aside and go audition. I think it's clear who has the balls in this relationship. But I gotta give you some credit. Because after Gabriella's audition, Troy, against his better judgment, at least according to him, decides to audition alongside Gabriella. Obviously, he's not gonna let his future wifey do this alone, even if it means him going on stage and acting like he can't sing again. Oh yeah, and about that, imagine having a voice like Troy's and still somehow being insecure about it. I wish more amazing people looked at themselves in the same way that their fans do. Really need to work on that self-love. So despite the audition teacher not letting Troy and Gabriella audition because they were late, she still stayed to watch them perform. And because of this, the teacher is doing a callback, aka a re-audition for the same parts that Ryan and Sharpay thought that they had. And I'd say that Sharpay took the news relatively well. All things considered. So all of this leads to our next song, Status Quo. One of the few songs that I knew about even before watching this movie. And I really like this song, but again, compared to my favorites, it doesn't quite rank up there with those. But, you know, nonetheless, still a good song. Now, I know some of you are probably triggered by the fact I'm not a big Sharpay fan, but I'd like to remind you that this is the person that you're upset over me not liking.
Well, I just thought maybe you could watch me play ball sometime or something.
I'd rather stick pins in my eyes.
Well, wouldn't that be awfully uncomfortable?
Evaporate, tall person.
Someone that talks to people like that. Even if you like Sharpay, and that's fine if you do. I mean, I couldn't care less. But don't come at me confused on why I don't. Just saying. Okay, so I know it's been more than 30 seconds again, so please let me direct you to another scene of Troyella being so goddamn relatable and cute.
Do you remember in kindergarten how you'd meet a kid and know nothing about them, then 10 seconds later you were playing like you were best friends? Because you didn't have to be anything but yourself.
Yeah.
Singing with you felt like that.
These two are so in love. Whether they know it or not is another story. But you don't talk this way to someone you don't love. You don't look at someone this way that you don't love. Talk about a match made in heaven. I mean, she understands him in ways his closest friends don't. I mean, need I say more? You know what? Just in case you need more, I'll give you more. You know when you know that the love is real? You know the love is real when you stand up to your own friends. No. Better yet, your own family for that person.
Dad, this is Gabriella Montez.
Ah, your detention buddy.
Dad, detention was my fault, not hers.
You haven't missed practice in 3 years. That girl shows up.
That girl is named Gabriella. She's very nice.
Dad or not, he wasn't about to just let someone disrespect Gabriella in his presence. And how can you not respect that? Or better yet, how can you respect this? I like to call this Operation Destroy Troyella, because that's exactly what this is. Troy's friends and Gabriella's friends try their hardest to convince them that they need to just focus on one thing. That one thing being what they themselves benefit from the most. Of course. Yay, friendship, right? Oh, but it gets better. Troy's friends end up secretly recording Troy saying this.
Man, I'm for the team. I've always been for the team. She's just someone I met. All right, the singing thing is nothing. Probably just a way to keep my nerves down. I don't know, it means nothing to me. You're my guys, and this is our team. Gabriella is not important. I'll forget about her. I'll forget the audition, and we'll go out and get that championship.
Is everyone happy now? You made my girl cry. Congratulations. Broke Gabby's heart. And for what? So you could all get what you wanted. That's not friendship. That's not caring about someone. That's selfish. The fact that her friends could even still carry on with the plan after they saw how it affected Gabby is beyond me. Says all I need to know about this friendship. But you know what? I'll let it slide, because it led to one of my favorite songs in this entire trilogy. A very, very touching and beautiful song called When There Was Me and You. This is my favorite song of the movie, without question. I still listen to it almost daily since I watched it the first time. I want you guys to not just listen to this song, but feel it. Open your heart to it. Pay attention to the lyrics. It really tugs at your heartstrings if you let it, or if you can relate. This was, by all intents and purposes, a breakup. Whether you want to claim they were officially together or not. This definitely had a breakup-like effect on both Troy and Gabriella. And their friends noticed it too, which finally made them act like real friends for the first time in the entire movie.
We just want you to know that we're gonna be there, okay, cheering for you.
Huh? Yeah, if singing is something you want to do, we should be boosting you up, not tearing you down.
Yeah, no shit. Kinda like basic friendship 101 there. Support each other. Jesus. The fact it took you so long to realize that is embarrassing. Sorry people, but I take friendship very seriously on this channel. So anyways, now it's time for the classic random stop by someone's house at night and pretend it's romantic instead of creepy angle. And Troy tells Gabriella that he didn't mean any of those stupid things that he said. And he isn't letting the team down. They let him down. Now tell me you didn't feel that shit. Fuck yeah, Troy. Go climb Gabby's window now and have her babies. On second thought, this is a Disney movie, so let me calm down and not get overly optimistic here. So, though I absolutely loved this scene, especially when Troy sings to her, and again, I know I sound like a broken record, but man, the way she looks at Troy is absolutely everything. Everything pure in this world, I see when she looks at Troy. And when she looks at him, words, I mean, they're optional, but not needed. So, Sharpay being the expert bitch that she is, she comes up with an idea to make all the events happen at the same time. So Troy and Gabriella couldn't be at them all at once. But long story short, needless to say, this all backfired. Gabriella won her event, Troy won his championship, and despite Gabriella getting stage frights, Troy talked her through it and they killed that event. And just a small note before I end this review, pay attention to how nervous that Gabriella is on the last performance with Troy. She's so unsure and on the edge, but she takes Troy's hand and trusts him. And that's what gets her through that. Oh, man. I love them so much if you guys can't tell. So all in all, I love this movie, people, a lot. And it really, really, truly exceeded my expectations. But let me know what you guys thought about this movie, and let me know what you guys thought about this review. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I haven't been making videos that much lately, but I'm gonna try to, you know, not get back to what I was doing or not make videos anywhere near that frequently because, you know, I just don't have the time these days to do that with all the time I put into Patreon. But if you guys are interested in seeing my reaction to this movie, it is on my Patreon page if you guys want to check that out. But I will get back to making reviews for you guys every now and then, maybe once or twice a month, you know, something like that. That's kind of my goal. I'm thinking about reviewing the second movie as well. Not 100% sure if I'm going to, because I don't want to say anything about that because spoilers in case I do. But yeah, let me know if you guys might be interested in seeing that. But that's pretty much all I gotta say about, you know, this whole thing, people. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. But I'm about to get out of here. Until next time.